Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. If you are just seeing my face for the very first time, hi, my name is Fikemi, and if you're a returning subscriber or viewer, thank you so much for joining me once again. Now, in today's video, from the title, I'm sharing with you my fragrance collection, my Oriental Dubai United Arab Emirates fragrance collection, and I'm going to be starting up with Lattafa. Now, if you don't know, Lattafa is one of the perfume houses out of Dubai, out of the United Arab Emirates, and I have I think 6 or 7 fragrances from Lattafa. So I will be sharing this with you all. So if you'd like to see what my collection looks like, then keep on watching. So I'm going to be starting off with my favorite of them all in my collection, and that is the Khaltaat Al Arabia Royal Blends. This is what the box looks like in case you are interested in getting it in your collection. And then the perfume itself is this very nice cylindrical gold bottle that shows part of the fragrance at the bottom of the bottle, and it has like black accents on the cap. I actually like the bottle. It's very handy, it's easy to hold, and it's just a very regal looking fragrance. Now the fragrance itself, I'm just going to spray this. It actually has a very good sprayer. Now the fragrance opens with a very sweet, fruity, woody, spicy fragrance. That's one of the reasons why I fell in love with it. Just the fact that it's so sweet, it's so spicy, and it has wooden elements to it, or woody elements, or oud elements to it. Someone reminded me of that the other day. So I went online, or I went to Lattafa's website, and Lattafa doesn't really give you so much information on their fragrances. I don't know why. Some fragrances have their notes attached and some don't. But with the little I found online, they said the top notes are fruit and apple. I can agree with that. It opens really fruity. Then the middle notes, or the base notes, or the heart notes are spicy, nutmeg, and clove. I can say it's spicy. And then the base notes are amber, vanilla, and musk. But one thing about this fragrance is that it lasts really long on clothes. Like, it does like 4 to 6 hours. It's not a 24-hour fragrance. It does really well on clothes. But on the skin, well, it does dry down to its base notes. It's just a very warm fragrance when it dries down. But all in all, it has a very good sillage. It follows you out of a room. It lingers in the space when you're there. And then projection, it projects just for a couple of hours, and then you have to be really close to the person or really close to me to know that I'm wearing Royal Blends. All in all, it's a fragrance that I have repurchased. This is my second bottle and it's almost done. So it's a fragrance that I really, really, really love. But if you love sweet fragrances, sweet oriental fragrances with woody notes, then this fragrance is for you. Now, the next fragrance I have here is Qimmah. This is what Qimmah's box looks like. It has this this green box with this very velvet finish and gold accents. I actually like this box. I'm keeping it as well. And this is what the fragrance itself looks like. This is what Qimmah's bottle looks like. They actually translated the design on the box to the bottle. It's a green bottle with gold accents as well. Now, Qimmah is that fragrance. It's very crisp. It's very professional. It's very fresh. And at the same time, it's a very soft, feminine fragrance. Actually, this is Qimmah for women, so it's a feminine fragrance. So if it's something that you'd like to try, I just want to describe the notes here. But Qimmah is that fragrance that you can wear this as an everyday fragrance. It's a very crisp fragrance. It's actually very spicy as well, and fruity. I can smell, like, it has this, I can literally smell pepper in it. So I'm going to get the notes right now, and I'll be back. Now, I couldn't really find so much information about Qimmah. I'm just going to spray the fragrance. It actually has a very fine mist as well, but not as, the sprayer is not as good as Royal Blends. I don't know why, but it does have a good projection on the spray as well. Now, Qimmah, with the little I found, Qimmah is an oriental fragrance for women that has in the top notes black pepper and lavender. I can't smell the lavender though. I don't know why. But in the middle notes, saffron and clary sage. Maybe that's the spicy, or like, I don't know, Sha. And then the base notes, amber and agar wood. Now, amber, I can say it has amber because it's an amber colored liquid, even though it's a green bottle. And I like the fact that it's a green bottle. I think colored bottles keep fragrances or makes fragrances last longer. I don't know. I might be wrong. I might be right. But Qimmah is that fragrance that I literally reach for every day. It's something that I would wear every day. Now, one thing about Qimmah is that it doesn't do so well on the skin, but on clothing, it lasts like forever. Qimmah is that fragrance that you wash and it never goes off your clothes, but it does pretty well with its dry down on the skin. It actually leaves a very soft vanilla, very woody, intensive note on the skin. I don't know if I'm making sense, but Qimmah is that fragrance that I like the dry down and it doesn't wash off clothes. Now, the next fragrance in my collection is the Lattafa Pure Musk. This is what it looked like. Now, this wasn't a blind buy. I watched the video on YouTube here, and the lady was like that, oh, she gets a lot of compliments whenever she wears this. And I was like, oh, it might be a very nice fragrance to get. And I decided to get it. But man, the bottle alone, I think I like the bottle, just the bottle. But this is a very heavy synthetic musk fragrance. Like, it literally smells like laundry detergent. I'm not even going to lie about that. This is what it looks like when it's sprayed. It doesn't have a really good sprayer as well. I think second spray, but this is a very heavy synthetic musk. I don't know, it's not a fragrance I reach for. It's something that, would I say I regret buying? But nah, I like the bottle. I like the fact that it has these shiny beads inside it. But one thing I have noticed, or I've come to appreciate about this fragrance, is its dry down. Like, if you spray it right out of the bottle, it doesn't smell so good. But when it dries down, when it simmers, when it settles, it's a really soft musk, almost sweet vanilla fragrance. I don't know. It has vanilla notes. It's very sweet. It has woody notes, and it's very heavy on the musk. But don't spray it and then go out. You'll be smelling like laundry detergent. So it's not a fragrance I reach for all the time. I usually layer this. If I have to use this, I usually layer it with another fragrance or a perfume oil. So I don't know if this is the kind of fragrance that you might gravitate towards, then go ahead and get it. But this fragrance is not in my top 10 or even top 15 fragrances of Lattafa. That's just my opinion. So the next two fragrances I have, because they're like variants of each other, I'm going to be starting off with the softer one, and this is the Dalaa Al Arayes Gold. This is what the box looks like. I actually like the box. It's a double sleeve that you can really remove, but you can see that it's a double sleeve. The box is really nice. And then this is the fragrance itself. Now, this was a fragrance I literally had to get used to because it's a very, very unique fragrance. This is what the bottle looks like. And it's plastic as well. And some of the gold that was used to wrap the bottle is coming off. I don't know. It's not that expensive a fragrance, so I'm not really expecting so much when it comes to packaging. But let me spray this fragrance. I actually didn't like this in the beginning, but after a while I was like, okay, this is a very different vibe to this fragrance life. It's really soft, it's very fresh, it has floral notes to it, it has spicy or like really warm notes to it. It's actually a sweet fragrance as well. So I went online, this was a blind buy, so I went online to look for the notes, and this is what I found. They said the fragrance opens with blackcurrant. Yeah, like I said, it has fruity elements and pear, and then it has powdery notes like tonka bean, vanilla, and patchouli. So like I said, it's a very, very different fragrance mix for me, but I love it all the same. It's more wearable for like daytime, and it lasts really long. Like, of all the fragrances I have, this is the one that doesn't move anywhere. Like, it doesn't even translate to the heart notes or even to the base notes until like a couple of hours. It just stays. So it's still one fragrance that I absolutely adore. It's like, I want to feel different. I want to smell different. This is Dalaa Al Arayes. This is the fragrance I go for. Now, because I got the Dalaa Al Arayes Gold for a very good price, I went ahead to get the second variant, and this is the Dalaa Al Arayes Rose. I actually like the box. It has rose gold. It's a double sleeve as well, and then this black motif. The box is actually very nice. And then this is the fragrance itself. It has the same bottle as the gold. This is the Dalaa Al Arayes gold, and this is the Dalaa Al Arayes rose. Now, these two fragrances are very similar. And I'm just going to spray this so that you'd spray this right out of the bottle. Actually has a very good sprayer. Now, the rose and the gold smell very similar. The only difference is you could smell a very distinct floral element in the rose. And I went online to check the notes as well. The notes I got for this Dalaa Al Arayes rose is the only difference between gold and rose is the fact that this has rose, and you can smell it. Like, you can smell that floral, you could smell like flowers. Well, obviously it won't smell like rose itself because there are other notes, but it literally smells so floral. Very, 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 very sweet as well. It has similar notes to the gold, especially when the rose dries down a bit, then you can understand the similarities between the rose and the gold. Now, this fragrance is one I prefer for the evening, you know, like when flowers are in full bloom in the evenings and you're just going on walks and whatnot. So it's a fragrance I wear more when I have to go out in the evening. It's very distinct. It's very peculiar. You know, you would walk past it. Actually, both fragrances have very good projection. They have very good sillage, and they last really long. Like I said, both fragrances, they don't go anywhere. They are those fragrances that you would wear and everywhere. I'm like, I'm still smelling, I still have perfume on me. So that is what the Dalaa Al Arayes gold and the Dalaa Al Arayes rose, those are what the fragrances are about. Now, the very last fragrance in my collection is one that I've only worn once and I've never worn it again. And that is Shahrazad. Now, this is what Shahrazad, the box, looks like. It's this very flat, magnetic flap book-like box. I don't know, it's a very, very nice design for the box. But the fragrance, Shahrazad is everything I detest in an oriental fragrance. Like, it's cinnamon heavy, it is incense heavy, it is almost tobacco heavy. I don't know why I bought Shahrazad, but Shahrazad was that perfume I bought off a YouTube review. She was like, she gets a lot of compliments whenever she wears Shahrazad. I'm like, okay, I could try this, but man, Shahrazad is not that fragrance for me. But if you are someone that's very, very liberal with, man, I'm just going to spray this just so that you can see the projection. It actually has a very good sprayer as well. But Shahrazad, when I went online as well to get the notes, that Shahrazad is an oriental woody vanilla fragrance with agar wood, cardamom, vanilla, saffron, incense, vanilla. You smell everything. You can smell the vanilla, you can smell the incense. Now, the funny thing about Shahrazad is, as heavy as it comes out of the bottle, it doesn't really do so well in terms of projection. It doesn't even have very good sillage. It's a fragrance that fades out after a while, but it does do well on the skin. It like leaves behind a very soft, almost incense and vanilla and like an oud type fragrance to the skin. So I don't mind the dry down of Shahrazad, but it's not a fragrance that I really like. And even my brothers, it's not a fragrance that they gravitate towards as well. So I really don't know what to do with Shahrazad. It's just going to be looking pretty in my drawer, in my cupboard, in my collection. I don't know. Anyway, that's everything I have from Lattafa. I'm more interested in their more expensive lines now. I haven't bought Lattafa in a while. I moved on to another brand that I will be unveiling soon. So maybe I will try like more from Lattafa in the future, but for now, this is everything I have from Lattafa. So if you like oriental fragrances, or you are just, you know, impressed by what is coming out of the United Arab, I mean, the Middle East has fragrances. So I'm very, very pleased that I'm on this journey. So anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.